The 2 will remain the same. Yes, this will remain the same. The g omega cos of lambda will remain the same. Okay, that's all will remain the same. The thing that will not remain the same is this is the u by gt. For the u by gt, you say this is the u by g. So this is the u into g. For this, you have a multiplication of t only minus. For the multiplication of minus t, what you will have? You will have, let's say, this is the this is common in here, all of that. This minus I dash cap is common. So inside story, for the inside, what we will have? Let's say all of these things again common here. These things should be taken common out of all those things. What you have inside? You have, this is the u by g into t minus t square above 2 plus c. C is the integration constant, and we need to get this integration constant value when time t is equals to 0. At time t is equals to 0, what is the value of velocity? The value of velocity must have a certain value, saying that at time t is equals to 0, dx over dt, the dx dash over dt will again equals to 0. At time t is equals to 0, dx dash over dt was also equals to 0, and now from this you can say that c will again equals to 0. So this value, this is the dx dash over dt, will be equals to minus I cap dash 2g omega cos of lambda ugt minus t square over 2. That should be the value of dx dash over dt. Let's say this is the equation 5 here. So we got the value of velocity component also. So what does the remains last? So the thing remains at last is the displacement component, and for the displacement component, what we will do? We will just simply integrate this equation also. Okay, so integrating above equation, let's say integrating above equation, we will have x dash is equals to, that is the minus I dash cap, okay, that is equals to minus I dash cap g omega cos of lambda is constant, because this is again the t square by 2 and this is t square by 3. So that's why 2 is been cancelled. So another thing remains is ut square over g minus t cube over 3, and another integration constant, which is the c dash here, is also introduced. Okay. So another integration constant has been introduced. So what we will do? We will again going to keep it at 0. We just want to reduce this c dash here. Let me be aside. You can take a screenshot for your reference, and then we will get to our result by having some workspace, clearing off some things. I hope that this is enough time for the screenshot. Okay. So this is the x dash here. Initially, at t is equals to 0, x dash will also equals to 0. So when x dash is equals to 0, so we have, so what do we have? We have c dash will be 0. So you can say that the x dash will be equals to minus I cap dash g omega cos of lambda ut square over g minus t cube over 3. Okay. So this is it. Let's say this is the equation 6 here. So we just get to know that how much that the body will get displaced. So the body will get displaced to this extent, okay, the minus I dash cap towards the westward direction, and this is the associated magnitude here towards the westward direction within this value. So this will depend on the values of the latitude angle lambda and all of this. Well, we will going to change the value of t again. We do not want to get the, if the body reaches at the ground in t seconds. You remember one formula here for t seconds. We have a formula which is the s, that is equals to ut minus half gt square. Well, the actual formula was ut plus half gt square, but the time t has been taken towards the downward force. So the gravity will exert a negative force here, because the gravity will try to pull back. Okay, we are throwing the thing upward. Here, let's say this is the object here. We are throwing the particle upward, but gravity is acting in the negative direction. So that's why it has been taken negative here. The actual formula was s is equals to ut plus half gt square, but we are writing here minus half gt square. I guess that you know why did we wrote here this is the minus half gt. Okay. The s is equals to 0 because we are talking about the initial values. Okay, there is a ut minus, this is a small u, minus half gt square. S is equals to 0 because s is the acceleration here in the sense, but the body is going to a constant velocity. Okay, the body is going through a constant velocity, so there is no acceleration. For the s is equals to 0, and by this you can say that the value of t came out to be, the value of t now becomes is the 2u over g. So what we will do, we just simply put the value of t here. Okay, when we put the values here, we got the exact value of x dash. I think we no longer need these things too. So clearing them off. Okay, so what we will have a value of x dash by now. This is the x dash here, so the thing remains is the I dash cap. The g omega also lambda again remains the same. U over g is the t here, that you say is the 2u square over g square, that is not 2 remains, this will remains came out to be 4 here, minus 8u cube over g cube 3 here. So this is the value becomes by now. Okay, so solving all these values, what we will end up having the exact value for equation 5 here. The exact value for the equation will be let's talk about only the magnitude value. We do not take the consideration of direction by now because we get to know the direction earlier. Let's say this is the minus here. So minus g omega cos of lambda will again remains the same, minus 4 by 3. This is after the calculation, minus 4 by 3 g omega cos of lambda minus 4 by 3 g omega cos of lambda u by g the power cube here. Okay, so this is what happens. This is the value of x dash by now. So this is what the x dash becomes. Okay, so this will be the value of x dash. So x dash is equals to minus 4 by 3 g omega cos of lambda u over g, where the power raised to cube here. Let's say this is the equation 7 by now. So for the equation 7, you get to know that what does this value, which has been said to be the x dash here, okay, this is the x dash. So what you can say that x dash will depend on? X dash will depend on the initial velocity and the gravity. Far more the gravity has been increased, you know that the gravity is constant, so there should be no change in the gravity. Omega is again constant, latitude angle lambda will be constant because you are going to throw for a particular direction that will do not change throughout the whole experiment, throughout the whole process. Okay, so the lambda will remain the same. Only thing that is changing, that can be changed, which is the u here. You can change the initial velocity. Far more the initial velocity is larger, so the displacement will be larger. If the initial velocity is lower, so the height approach is also lower. I mean the height is lower, so simply that the displacement, which is the x dash, will again be lower for this calculus. Okay. Also we got one more concept to discuss. If a body reaches at a height h, so what if the body will reach at a height h? When the body will reach at a height h, then from the equation we have one more equation, which is the again the velocity relation, that is the v square is equals to u square plus 2as. This is the v square is equals to u square plus 2as, where a is the acceleration and s is the simplest displacement. Okay, this is the v square is equals to u square plus 2as. You get to know that v square will be equals to 0 because for the initial position, whenever the particle hasn't reached the height h, at the height h, then it will fall back. So this v is the initial velocity for the particle at height h, the falling velocity. V is the falling velocity and u is the velocity, you can say is the pumping velocity or the thrown velocity. Okay, the velocity by which the particle has been thrown upward. Okay, this is the u here, and v is the velocity when the particle has been thrown downward, or the particle will fall downward, vertically fall downward. This is the velocity is the u here. Okay, so that is the u square plus, sorry, plus not plus, minus 2ah, because the height h is going on increasing in the negative h direction, because the particle was subjected to fall down, but we are pulling it upward. Okay, so that's why it all happens here. Okay, so this is the u square minus 2ah, and u square now will be equals to the 2ah, where a is the acceleration, h is the height here, and acceleration, you know, the acceleration is due to gravity. So simply a can be replaced by g here, and your u will be equals to the under the root 2g h. Now you can use the value of u in the value of equation 7, and substituting the value from this equation, the equation 7 will becomes, or the equation 6, which is the what it is, the equation 7 will become substituting this value, the equation 7 will become, so there is the x dash, so x dash will be equals to minus 4 by 3 g omega cos of lambda, that will remain the same here. Only thing that will change is the value of u here, so that will be equals to 2h by g, so that will now becomes is the 2h by z, and the whole power will be becomes 3 by 2 here. Okay, because this is the 1 by 2 here, so deleting all the concept which has been cancelled out and all those things happens is this particular equation. Let's say this is the equation 8 for the calculus, where this is no longer needed to be mentioned as an equation, because this is the final answer you are subjected to come up with. I hope that you got the concept till this answer. If you leave this answer up to here, you will be awarded full marks. You need not to calculate this particular answer, but if you calculate this answer, if certainly you got some mistake into your theory, and if you are lack in theory, and you can be awarded half of mark also for this particular calculation. If you calculate that much, you will be given the full marks until you calculate this much. Okay, solving this much, you will get the full marks here, and if you leave it here, I hope that the examiner will give you the whole marks. It's not any kind of interruption, but it is all depend on the mindset or the examiner. That doesn't depend on us. Okay, so you should calculate this much. Well, this is not so difficult for you. I hope that all the concepts which have been discussed here are pretty much easier for you. Some few things that are been discussed here out of the topic. Let's say the things are using this particular equation. This is the new here, and you know, for you this equation is not so new, because this equation is being discussed for your 9th standard physics. Okay, these are the equations which have been discussed for the 9th standard or for the 8th standard, not so 8th standard, but 9th standard certainly, yes. Surely these equations have been discussed in your 9th standard. I hope that you know if you remember, and if you don't remember, that doesn't matter. Again, this equation again discussed out of the context, because these equations are not being used for the previous topics here. So for today's lecture, if you summarize the lecture 4th and the lecture 5th, so what we have learned? We have learned the effect of Coriolis force exactly. What happens when the Coriolis force is acted upon a particular body, a particular particle or a body which is in motion. So first of all, we talk about the effect of Coriolis force on a particle or a moving body which has been moving horizontally on the surface of Earth. Okay, so we got the concept when the particle is moving horizontally. Okay, that is it. Also, we talked about the concept we talk about the effect, not the concept only, but the effect of Coriolis force which is acting on a body which is falling vertically downward. Okay, so we got the concept here. Then a similar concept we talked about is the effect of Coriolis force on bodies which have been thrown vertically upward. So this time the bodies are being thrown upward, but what happens is, after when reaching a certain height, when the final velocity will be 0, so what happens will these bodies will again fall back freely towards the surface of the Earth. So that is pretty much similar to the previous topic, but the new thing which has been introduced here is the concept of initial velocity. Let's say this is the u here, this u, and this u which has been discussed here is the initial velocity. Also the concept of negative gravity is also introduced here. We have get to know that the concept of negative gravity. So what we learned here, we learned there, if the body is being at a height and then it is subjected to fall freely, then it will displace towards the east side. But when the body is being thrown vertically upward and then it will fall off, the body will certainly go a distance towards the westward side. Well, this is the controversy to the Coriolis force. This has no answer yet, because the same thing should be happen for a body which has been thrown vertically upward, but we don't know the exact component of Coriolis force which has been acting on both the cases. Why the answers are pretty much different, not so different, but they are in opposite direction. So this is the controversy to the Coriolis force. I hope that you get to know all the concepts which have been associated with the Coriolis force. The only concept remains is the Foucault pendulum case. For this time, we will calculate the Coriolis force at the equator. So what happens when the object or when the particle is being stayed on the equator, not in the northern hemisphere, neither in the southern hemisphere. So we will get to know that concept after a certain of time. Well, this is not so long, but the Foucault pendulum needs some clear explanation for you, and that will take about the half of a lecture, and also we will discuss some associated numerical examples for that lecture also. So this chapter will go for about 2 lectures and about 2 hours remaining, and this is all for today's lecture. I hope that you got all the concepts that are being discussed in the lecture. So if you learn something new from this video, then give it a thumbs up, and your appreciation matters well to us. You appreciate, we try to work harder and harder for the new areas, so that we can provide you the most vast and the most entertaining content, and you will learn the things by you will learn the things by learning them, not just only by the reading them and not only the watching these videos. You can share this video with your friends, because this online portal is absolutely free for everyone. This is not subjected only the Mehta College student, this is for everyone who just want to study. And thank you very much for all the supporters who already subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. And if you're new here, then consider to subscribe to us. And thank you very much again. Have a great day and happy learning. This is the Mehta PG College Online Study Portal, signing off.